Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a teeny tiny junk journal. I have a piece of paper, and this is it before I chopped it up, and it is a Tim Holtz paper and it's got 2-inch squares. So basically it's the 12-inch paper shrunk down to 2 inches. So everything on it is little mini and it's back and front. And I thought I would chop it up and challenge myself to make a little junk journal. So the plan is to maybe punch a hole and put it onto a ring, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to bind it. There's quite a few pages, so it's going to be quite thick, but let's just see how we go. I've got this little journaling card. I've got a couple of those from this sheet. I've also got a little frame, and I've got some paper dolls, but they're a tiny little bit too big. I'm thinking if I put the flowers down and I put the little girl in here, I'm going to have to chop her legs off, I know that. And that flower's probably a little bit too big, so I need to find a smaller one, like maybe this. I don't know that she looks any good there, does she? Maybe I'll try the little girls. They might look better if I put those in the frame. Alright, so I think I've made a decision. I'm going to put the frame around the girls. So the frame's going to sit in the middle of the piece. So the girls will have to be chopped off so that they fit underneath. Let's use a pencil. And I'll glue this down. Let me cut this first. I want that girl's hair bow in there, definitely. Now, I want to position this, and it might be hard, so I'll put it into the frame first. Just a bead of glue on the bottom of it, and hopefully that will mean it'll position correctly. Let's see, get it over. Maybe I'll move it over a tiny little bit this way. That's better. All right, we'll stick all this down. And now I want to put something like maybe a little butterfly up on here. And my problem will be is that I want to put like a hole up here. So I might have to rethink how I put this together. Yep, I may have to rethink that, because I don't think that I'm going to be able to put a hole up here. Okay, page 1. I think that's done. Probably not going to be able to get much on them because I'm working with such a teeny size. But let's call that done for now, and let's do another one. Okay, so I'm going to put the field label down now. And I'm going to do a tuck spot, so I need some glue along the bottom and on one side. And that's going to tuck in there. And also, looks a bit plain, doesn't it? I need to put something else on it. I'm just going to put the mushroom down on this side. Now I'm going to move on and do another one. I'm just looking for something that might look good on it. Now this little girl is a tiny little bit too tall as well. But what I did want to do is to tear a bit on this. So I'm just trying to think about where to tear it so it doesn't have the white edge. Okay, so I have to tear it backwards. Right. That's one step. Let's see what else we can work out to do on here. I've just been out this morning. I went for a drive up to a place that I didn't know existed. I'm not a local Brisbaneite, so I've been here for years though, so I don't know why I say that, but I'm not local, nor, you know, I wasn't born here. I was born down in New South Wales. and I just went to a place called Ningyi, which is just about 40 minutes drive away actually, and it's just on the way to Bribie Island, which is obviously an island. So I went up there because a lady had some things on Facebook Marketplace that I wanted. Well, I thought I wanted, and I ended up getting them. So I drove up there and picked them up. And there's stuff for junk journals. Actually for embroidery. So because I've never been into embroidery, I've never really seen them before. But I went up and they looked nice, so I bought them. So that was a good drive, a morning's drive. It wasn't that far, really, at the end of the day. Okay, so she's going to go there, and I'll put this little specimen thing down, and I'm thinking I'll make a pocket out of this little specimen thing. And then this little girl, I don't want to put her over the edge of that paper because I've gone to the trouble to sort of ink that up. And I've made a little pocket in here. So the little 17 tag can sit in there, and I will glue this one. Now on the way up, I was thinking about how I can put this together, and I've worked out how I think I'll put it together. I think the idea of having the ring isn't going to work because I want to use, I've only got 2 inches, so I want to use all of it. And then, sorry little girl, but your feet need to go. That's all right though. Okay, that's number 3. Quite like working on this size thing. And this one, maybe I will see what else I've got. I've got that, so that could be a whole pocket. I'd like to put some more dolls in as well, if I can find any that are small enough, because not all of them come in that little size. And I need to put something in there. Maybe I'll put this book that I was talking about before. Yeah, that'll go in there quite nicely actually. And this is going to be a pocket as well, albeit a tiny pocket. I think you're getting the idea. Everything on this is going to be tiny. I think it's going to be cute though. I don't know how much of them I'll do, but I think it will be cute. I need something to pop into the tiny little thing. Now that's a bit big, so that can't go in there. I'll have to find something which is smaller than that. And I would like something that you could be written on, albeit tiny little writing. About that one. That's very cute. And then on here, I might put one of those. Oh, it flicked. I have to get the tweezers out, I think, and put this on here. All right, so I've managed to find a few that are going to be small enough, including these witches, which I love. Just give it a poke and get rid of that stuff that's in the middle. And they're like super tiny. Look at that. Smaller than that little doll even. And yeah, I've got a couple that are really, really tiny. I'll put the witches down, I think, to start with. I have these, and I've got the Halloween ones, so I might wait until I get the Halloween ones out and put one of those on there. And this one's looking a bit bland, so I was wondering if I can bring back this one and put this little cute kid up there. Now I want something for him to stand on, or her. I don't know if it's a him or a her, but they definitely need to be standing on something. Otherwise it'll look a bit weird if they're just floating in the air, and I don't want to put them down too low because then they'll, you know, sort of not make that look good. So I need to find something that's reasonable that they could stand on. They stand on a mushroom, let's see. Nope. I'm going to probably stand on that, and I'm going to trim it down. So don't be afraid to trim the pre-made stuff down. It's got a border and I want to get it onto the edge of the blue. I'm just putting the feet slightly on the edge, because if I put them on above it, on top of it, it'll look a bit strange, it'll look a bit floaty. So I've grounded it. I'm using this boy here, and I'm looking for something to put him on so he's seated. And I think what I've chosen as a starting point might be a little bit too big. I think I'll put this red one down the bottom, and then I can put this one or one of those ones up the top. I wanted it not quite as wide as that though, so maybe I can find something that's wider and in terms of length, and then put him on top of that. I think I'm happier with that. I am. Alright, so that's another one. I think it's okay. I don't know, it just looks like it needs something else. You know, maybe it needs a bit of, you know, book page on here, just ever so slightly. Just needed something. I knew it wasn't finished. Now I will need to find something that will go in here so that it can be a little journaling spot, but it cannot be too big because the whole thing's not too big. Oh, here, I'll put this. These are quite good. I'm not going to put it all the way in because it'll get lost, and I like that the little bird's kind of hanging out anyway. Alright, so these are the little pages that I've done, and they're adorable, aren't they? I hope you like them as much as I do, and I'm going to say that's it for today, but I'm going to come back in the next video and I'm going to show you how I'm putting these together to make them into a teeny weeny junk journal. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Cheers.